host of the Michelle Tafoya podcast, the legendary sportscaster Michelle Tafoya. It's great to see you, lady. Merry Christmas.
Merry
What are
Christmas.
you hearing about this? Could the Washington Redskins be making a comeback?
They're going to face pushback from somebody if they do, right? Everyone's got a problem with names. And this is the age that we're living in. You know, the Cleveland Indians became the Cleveland Guardians, which I'm not really understanding. The thing here is this logo is so spectacular and has so much history. And I hope at the very least the team brings back the logo. Now, can you do that while still keeping the name of the Commanders? I don't think so. But you know, here's the thing that you hear from a lot of people representing the Native American Indians in America, that the term Redskin is derogatory if you think it is, and it's not if you think it isn't. So if you have 90% of American Indians right now, and I don't know about that sample, I don't know how that survey was taken, but if they're saying they want the name back, maybe it happens. I hated seeing that history erased from that team. Again, particularly the logo, which is, to me, it's majestic, it's proud, and it shows the strength of Native Americans.
Yeah, I hope the National Football League just decides they want to return to honoring the Native American heritage here in the United States. Let's pivot to Hollywood, another entertainment aspect, and of course the music. The lefties there are not happy about the results of the 2024 election. I think that goes without saying. Celebrities like Cardi B, Oscar-nominated filmmaker and activist Adam McKay, and let's not forget Ellen DeGeneres and her main squeeze fleeing to jolly old England. Meanwhile, other so-called stars like George Clooney, they're saying, hey, I'm getting out of politics. Isn't this the way to go for businesses and entertainment in general? You know, no left, no right, just movies, music, widgets. Americans want politics out of almost every aspect of their life. Sometimes they just want to be entertained.
Exactly. I mean, this is something that I think is very unique to the entertainment industry. Like, you're there to entertain. We want to hear you sing. We want to see your shows. Look at the Eras tour. We want to watch movies without having messages shoved down our throats. Now, if you want to have a film that has a particular message, or if you want to have a platform, if you're Cardi B and you want to talk about politics, that's up to you. But I think people would find that, you know, you look back to Johnny Carson in the old days of television, and when Hollywood was in its true golden era, there was a lot of patriotic stuff going on. There was a lot of neutral stuff. You know, you attacked both sides of the political aisle. It's gotten really crazy here in the last 15, 20 years or so. And I think that most of these entertainers would find that their popularity would soar if they stayed out of it. At the same time, I'm a big free speech person. I don't think anyone should be canceled for their opinions about these things, but there may be a price to pay at the box office or somewhere else.
I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, I was looking at your Twitter account today. I saw you've been watching the pearl clutching from the America Last coalition on the Pete Hegseth nomination. You know, I've been saying that if these GOP senators who voted for incompetent, unqualified freaks who were appointed by Joe Biden, certainly a man who served with honor deserves their vote. Now, your tweet looked at the money spent in Congress paid out to settle sexual misconduct allegations. Expand on your thoughts there.
Well, that was a retweet, and we've heard about this a lot. The Congress has this fund to cover people who face sexual harassment charges. You know, what bothers me most about this Pete Hegseth issue is it feels very much like the Brett Kavanaugh thing, where the media has decided to take a moment in this man's life and exploit it to make him look awful. You have all these unanimous, quote unquote, unanimous sources who maybe work at Fox now, maybe don't. They say 10 previous or current. We don't know how many of the 10 are previous, how many are current. We don't know that, but they're all anonymous, and they're all saying things that the people closest to Pete Hegseth are willing to say, no, that's BS. We know this man. We've never seen this stuff. This feels like, you know, a mob squad coming after a guy, just wanting to get him out of the mix because I think he will ruffle a lot of feathers in the Defense Department. I think that this whole administration is ready to turn over a lot of rocks and show people what's under them, and the establishment doesn't want to see that.
You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.